All right. Hey, y'all. What's up? Happy Monday. My voice is a little raspy today, and that's because I've been using it a little too much. But I wanted to come and speak real quick about what it means to be an authentic spiritualist and to speak to you guys about some of the trials and some of the attacks that I've had. And it's been very interesting, but I'm still here. I have been through a lot on YouTube. And the one thing that I can tell you is that I'm an expert on not giving up on your dreams. There are so many people that will try to sabotage your dreams and your aspirations in life. And especially, I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm just going to come out and say it. African American people, Black people, they think they have somewhat of an ownership with each other. And especially when it comes to your family. And they can be dead set on destroying you. But you've got to remember to never give up, ever. I've been dealing with the craziest people, the craziest stuff because of jealousy. But I have always persevered and overcame. The heart of a woman, the willpower of a woman that wants to make a better life for her family is very strong. And nobody that did not put me in the position that I am in can ever destroy what I have built. And I talk to you guys all the time about curses. And I talk to you guys all the time about the oppression of the Black woman via either the Black man or either other Black women. And this is reality. Oh, no. This is something that many Black women have went through. But where there's a will, there is a way. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Ben. Lisa, if you want to read and just go to the website, I do have availability for later on today. And this is the manifestation of the curse of patriarchy that I've been talking to you guys about. Okay. And you know, I can honestly say that racism against white people is not the problem. I can honestly say that, y'all. I have been through more stuff with people that are supposed to be, they claim, and you know what, this is why I've always said that all the people that supposedly look like you, they not your family. And I have had people that look like me or think they look like me for the past 4 to 5 years trying to tear me down and trying to destroy my dreams. So as you take a look at these people, you are literally looking into a lot of Black families. And that's the reality of it. And the things that have been done to me, the attacks that have been made on me, this is every day for some of you. And you don't even have to be Black. You can be whatever color. It's just the point of, I want to destroy what you have built. I am going to purposely try to tear you down, and I'm going to go through great lengths to do it, and it doesn't matter. And I have consistently overcame that stuff. Now, the problem is that it can be very limiting, and it's very unhealthy what some people consider love. Okay. And so I just remember dealing with so many rumors. Okay, dealing with so many fake setups and facades and attacks. And it's one of the worst things that you can go through, but I promise you that I have survived it. Every single thing that y'all have went through, I have survived it. I have had somebody one way or the other attacking my character, attacking my children, attacking my life for the past 4 years. You gotta let that soak, honey. I have had somebody trying to attack my character, lie to you about who I am for the past 4 years. And I can assure you that it doesn't make a difference, not to the spirits. If I'm meant to help somebody, if I'm meant to do work for them, it doesn't matter what these people say. And I'm going to tell you something. A lot of these folks are fakes. They have decided to give up their entire life to try to destroy one person. I didn't have to do anything to these people. I didn't have to say anything to people. But one thing I can tell you is that for the past 4 years, I have consistently grew and grew and grew. And I have had nothing but everything to celebrate. And I'm going to continue to, because my spirits are very good. Especially when it comes to my finances. I have gotten myself out of debt. And I've been able to support my family better than I ever have since I've started my business. And yes, there are people that don't like that. They don't. In fact, there's a conspiracy to keep every single one of you women and Black women down. And it's only through the spirits. It's only through magic and miracles and setting your intent that you can overcome that. And I have done that consistently. Okay? And this time is no different. Unfortunately, when it comes to Black men, they constantly use their gender to try to harm us. So it's sad to say that, unfortunately, a lot of us Black women are used to it, unfortunately. And a lot of y'all Black women have been exactly where I am. Yeah. Capricorn lady, that's because there are some people that have a warped view on life and of people. What's up, CB Walker? Hey, musically inclined. And it's sad. It really is. When you look at it, it's sad. But you really honestly cannot put your thoughts into it. You can't necessarily allow it to dictate, because this is something that I have been through. Let me tell y'all something. I have had every single job in my life that I have ever worked, and I've worked for some companies. You hear me? I'm excited too. Thank you so much, Lisa. I will definitely, give me a couple of minutes and I'll send you my booking link. Awesome. Appreciate it. Y'all, I'm not even going to lie to you. Every single job opportunity that I have had people that are supposed to be of the same color and race trying to sabotage. And even there were times where it was my own family. I remember when my ex, I had 2 children by him. Now, this is how ruthless these people can be sometimes. And I'm not talking about Black people, because I'm Black myself. But this is how ruthless they can be. Okay? I was in an abusive relationship with this man. I was struggling to take care of his children. I was working as an assistant manager. And there was obviously some drama, because that's what a lot of Black people are constantly going through, drama and degradation with each other. With each other. They do it to each other. I swear to you. Okay? And I had a 2-year-old with him. No, it was one. She was 1.5. And my baby was like a couple of months old. And he literally forced me out of my job. Literally. This was a grown man that was 10 years older than me. This was a grown man that was 10 years older than me, y'all. I'm not joking with you. And I'm just going to keep it real with you. You got to get these men checked out, because a lot of them, you want to know what their intent is. You want to know what it is. Seriously. Now, this person that I dealt with just recently, everybody knew his intent. He wasn't anybody that I was dating or anything like that. It wasn't that serious. I already knew what his intent was. And a lot of their intent is to brag, deceit, and destroy. And the one thing that especially Black men, the one thing that they want for us is for us to just be on welfare. Well, there is no welfare. There is no welfare. You see what I'm saying? It's only us needing to survive. You see what I'm saying? And so when that option ran out for them, they said, well, you should just starve to death. And I don't care about your children. They've made it perfectly clear that they do not care. Okay. Now, everybody that is a Black person would not do this. You know, honestly, African-American people are split in half. And we've got the good and we've got the bad, you know? So it's just really, you know, this rhymes. It's just really sad. But it's the state of mind of some of people that claim that they're my family. It is evil. It is musically inclined. And you know what they'll say to make themselves feel better? Oh, well, she's on welfare. Well, she gets WIC. And we don't, because we take pride in supporting ourselves. But it's funny to them. They actually get pleasure. So with a lot of these men out here, guys, y'all got to know what their intent is. And when you see it, and you have to also know that they are wanting to sabotage you. They want to. And you know what? A lot of you that have jobs, a lot of you that are sort of in a safe place, as long as they don't know where you work, you'll be okay. But as soon as they see you put up a channel on YouTube, if you don't have no kind of, and I think that this is just these people, I think that they're a gang or something. I don't know, because they did gang stalk me. And you know how they say criminals, obviously they're a criminal because they don't know what they're doing is criminal. And so I've been looking at these people, and we've all been witnessing these people do this for the past 4 to 5 years. But I have overcame it with magic. There is nothing that you cannot overcome with magic. And it's not that you're tricking folks. It's not that. But what you're doing is you are cleansing yourself, or either healing yourself, or either you have to get reversals, sending negative energy back to people. And, you know, it's been my only way out of that trauma too, musically inclined. You're right. They are suffering from trauma, and it's of their own making. It is. And they can't keep blaming white folks for that. They can't, and they know it. This is a sickness that is within our community. And the reason why I truly, hold on guys, let me see who this is. Yeah, let me turn this off. I'm sorry, if you guys are trying to reach me, leave a voicemail and I'll call you right back. I got to talk about this. This is very, very important. Because there's a lot of you that contact me that want to do the same thing that I'm doing. And some of y'all have spirits or either people or either family members. It started out with the family. It did. Because they don't want you to do more than what they've done. And they're jealous. And they don't want you to have any success. But my business has consistently grown. And you just got to overcome it. You have to believe in yourself. You can never stop believing in yourself. Not for 1 second. Don't ever believe that they can win, because they can't. And I believe that everything is a test. And as long as you trust in your spirit guides, and as long as you trust in God or the goddess or both, because I believe there's a God and a goddess. Okay. As long as you believe in that, as long as you have faith, as long as you have trust in yourself, mainly, you'll always overcome that. Okay. And I'm a prime example of that, because I have been here for 4 years and I am not going nowhere. Okay. I'm not, because nobody can take your dream from you. You know what? Somebody might tell you, I don't want you to walk down the street today, or I don't want you to go and learn how to drive a car. I don't want you to do that. But it's your spirit and your will. It is your spirit and it is your will. Okay, honey. Okay. So I want you guys to take because I've shared this with you, and a lot of people wouldn't do that. And the reason why I have shared all of this stuff with you guys is because I'm not afraid. I'm not scared of what they can do, because I know that they are not more powerful than the people that put me in my mama's womb, fed me for 9 months in my mama's womb, and pulled me through to the age of 41. I'll be 42. So I know what I'm talking about. And it can seem so horrible. And you know what? I can just imagine the number of people that have tried, and they started their business and they walked away from it. But you can't never walk. I know, Jacob. I know, and he's talking, ain't he? Talking like crazy, okay? And so they still been telling that lie, because of obviously he can talk. But I think that that's just been, their cruelty to children. And I love children, especially my own. I will walk through fire for my family any day. Any day. If somebody tells me, look, you got to walk through this fire, I will do it, because that fire represents transformation. And I truly, truly enjoy what I do, which is helping people, and helping people in my way, and helping people with one of the most important things, which is your spirituality. Okay. I love it. I've worked in real estate. I've worked in property management. I've worked for Sprint. I've worked for AT&T. No, I never worked for AT&T. They got a hard test with AT&T. And I don't know why I couldn't pass that test. That's so weird. I think I may have just gotten one too many wrong or something on the test. I've worked for the Internal Revenue Service. Okay. So I've done a lot in my life, and I'm very proud of the things that I've done, because that was me supporting myself and supporting my family. And I was able to get those opportunities. One of the reasons is because, I don't have like a criminal record or anything. Okay. I don't. And, I wouldn't even know what that is. I wouldn't even know how to even, you know, try to go out and victimize people. You know what I'm saying? So that's just not a part of my personality at all. But yeah. And, you know, I'm going to get the rest of the readings done today. I told y'all whenever I'm working on a series of readings, you know, that it's constantly, I want to stop you. I want to prevent you. I want to, you know, stand in front of you. And you know what? If people can be compensated for that, then what is the point in them doing any good? If a person can be compensated to do complete evil and to sabotage, then what is the point in them? They won't have any reason to do good in this world. But when I came into this world, I always knew I was here to do good. And I always knew that I was here to do right by people. So in order to, in my opinion, in order to be an authentic high priestess, you have to, now some high priestesses are evil. But for me, I've always chosen to be good. I have. And even though there are times when I have to represent duality to fight, you know, and to be honest with you, you don't even have to do evil to fight. You don't. But what I will tell you is that nobody can mess up your business or your dreams just by spreading rumors and talking about you. They can only make you not believe in yourself. And as long as you believe in yourself and your family believes in you, because when you have children, they're like little baby birds with their little mouths open. Literally, they are. And as a mother, I've been a mother for 19 years. My oldest son will be 19 this summer. And there's never been a day where anybody has ever talked me out of supporting my family. And I would never give up. I will always fight. You know? And I'm going to tell you something. It's not just about surviving, because I've survived, but I'm taking things to the next level. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to buy a house and I'm ready to have that stability. And I do earn a stable income. My income doing my business is very stable. And that is because I don't allow people to make me not believe in myself, not once. And that takes strength, but it also takes balance. And I always work on myself. If I'm not working on y'all cases, I'm working on myself. You know what I'm saying? It's very important. And there's a lot of you that have the odds against you. You don't want to do anything because you know that they're going to come for you. You know, as soon as you step outside of that box, they're going to come for you. Okay? And it don't have to near about be as hard as what I've been through. It doesn't. So a lot of you that want to start your own businesses, you know who you can contact, because I'm like the expert on starting and sustaining a business, even when I'm being attacked on a daily basis, literally daily, spiritual attacks, psychic attacks. And even though those attacks can't come through full throttle to me, you can still sense it. You still know what they up to. And see, that's when you got to be the world card. I'm telling you, Even though you know what they're up to, because I'm telling you, you know, I mean, there are some people that don't have this problem. Honestly, it is. But a majority of you in particular, if you are an African American, your own African American people are going to try to sabotage you. Another thing I don't want y'all to give up on is love. Don't give up on love. Don't ever let nobody make you give up on love. Always, always keep love sacred to your heart. It doesn't mean that you have to go out there and give it to nobody. You can keep it to yourself, but keep that love and keep that hope alive. Because without hope, we have nothing. And you have nothing without hope. So don't ever start hoping. Don't ever stop. Don't ever stop hoping. Don't ever stop dreaming. Continue on your path no matter what. And if somebody throws rocks and boulders and trucks, just move them out of your way. You can move that stuff out of your way without even touching it. Hey, Eunice. You can move that stuff out of the way without even touching it. And you just have to love yourself and love your family. You know what I'm saying? You have to. And you have to say, okay, you took this from me. You sabotaged that from me. You did this to me. But this you can't take, which is myself, which is my spirit, which is my soul. You can't take that. That belongs to you. Your rhythm and flow, that belongs to you and you only and nobody else. Now, for me, I've never had it in my heart to try to sabotage anybody. But when I see somebody that's claiming to be a spiritualist and they're doing the things that they're doing for 5 years straight, and at the same time narcissistically blaming the person that they just can't look away from, I gotta say something. I'm not gonna keep quiet about that. I'm not gonna sit up here and do a shut the fuck up spell and try to hide that from you. That is a part of the experience. That is a part of the journey. And the only thing that you're gonna get from that is inspiration. And you're gonna say, dang, this person slashed my tires. This person called my job. We know that there's a group of people on YouTube that if it's a YouTuber with a job, they'll call your job and try to get you fired. And they have gotten people fired before. But when you own your business and you the boss, so it's very, very different. And I have been called everything except a child of God. You know? And none of it is true. People are so desperate to squash your dreams that they will try to pretend to be you, and they will lie on you, but those people will suffer their karma. Because karma is very, very, very real. It's very, very, very real, that thing called karma. And it's universal, you know? They want to take more than your joy. They want to take your kids, which are your joy. So same difference. They want to take your kids. They want to take your happiness. They want to take your life. Yeah, I agree, musically inclined. I believe that even if it takes a little while, but see, you got to understand that a couple of these people are actually practitioners. So they've been able to avoid it. They've been able to avoid karma, some of them. They've been going through a lot of stuff in their lives, all of these people. And the only person that they blame is me. So after 4 years, after you done started some drama on your channel just to get attention, and after 4 years, you still haven't been able to do what you want to do, then what does that tell you? Okay. What does that tell you? Oh, I know. You know what, guys? This is the whole thing about it. I don't ever get afraid. I don't. And the reason why is because because this is just the same crap, different day. For a lot of people, it can be your neighbors, it can be your family, it can be your friends, it can be your ex. They just want you to fail, especially if you're a woman. If you are a woman, double-edged sword. If you are a woman with children, they hate you. And they say, how dare you? You supposed to be a statistic. You ain't supposed to be doing that. You supposed to be a statistic. Don't listen to it. You listen to your inner voice and your inner guides that are pulling you through the fire all the time. And I've got my spirits are so they're very powerful. This is the reason why I'm able to manifest the things that I do, and it has nothing to do with greed. But I think spirits is just making up for everything that I have lost at the hands of people, and me not being strong enough to overcome it. Because I mean, you know, women are not supposed to go through that. You know, they're not. I have been in a position where I have had a 6-week-old baby that I had to go back to work when the baby was 2 weeks old. My youngest daughter, I had to go back to work when she was 2 weeks old. But I had to do it, and I didn't want to do it, but I had to do it. And I actually got sick because of that. You know, you're not supposed to return to work that soon, but unfortunately, there are some men of every community, not just Black people. It's just that it just happens that way, you know. Yeah, they do find strong women intimidating. And, you know, they'll say, well, why you don't have this and why you don't have that and why are you doing this and what? Well, when you think about it, something that you have not obtained previously is something that you're supposed to be working for. So they'll try to convince you that you can't do it because you haven't been able to do it before. You haven't, you know, and this is actually the first time that I've ever had my own business. And so they'll tell you, well, you ain't never did nothing before. How you going to do it now? Which makes no sense, because how are you going to get to where you're supposed to be if you don't try? So they're telling you, when they tell you, well, you ain't never bought no house before and you ain't never did nothing like this before. So how you going to do it? But nothing is ever going to happen if you don't at least try. So they telling you not even to try. And if somebody tells you not even to try, are you going to listen? Yeah, she was about 2.5 weeks old. And I was young, though. I was in my 20s. And I knew that I had to pay the bills. So, yeah, never let them throw you off track from your dreams. Never allow them to make you not believe in yourself, because that's what they want to do. When they make you stop believing in yourself, that is when they have won. That is when they have broke you. And you know what? Even at that moment that you stop believing in yourself, be the phoenix rising from them ashes. and say, I am not going to let you take my family from me. I am not going to let you take my dreams from me. I'm not going to let you do it. I'm going to fight. And unfortunately for African American women, this has been a reality from our own African American men. I have an African American man. He's so seething in his hatred for white people that he actually hates my child because he is mixed. So it has been a constant attack on a child because he's a mixed baby. And then he pretends that, you know, that he is a good person. And we all know that he's not. But it's just the point that there's so much hatred in their heart. I don't care what race the child is. That doesn't matter to me what race a child is. That don't matter to me. It's a child. It's a life. But there's some people that have no respect and no regard for life at all. And please believe that somebody hating another race, that's only because they found failure within their own. It's that failure that they have found within their own. Yeah. You're welcome, Eunice. Musically Inclined said, how can an adult attack a child? Well, I'm going to tell you the truth about that. Everybody is not Jamila. Everybody is not like me. As soon as and see, this is the whole thing about it. For some reason, because I started in witchcraft 16 years ago. And for some reason, whenever you do start, spirit starts revealing things to you. So the reason why those people did that is probably because they were just exposing themselves, in my opinion. Because as adults, we're supposed to protect children. So if an adult attacks a child, they're lost. They may even still be a child themselves. They may even be a child in their minds themselves. They're not working with a full deck. I didn't do it consistently for 16 years, but I started 16 years ago. And nobody knew. Like the family, nobody knew that I was doing it. And spirit will reveal to you the hidden truths. It will. It's almost like a veil will be lifted. Spirits will reveal to you. They will. So, but to be honest with you, once you go through what you go through with folks, you move on. By tomorrow, I won't even be talking about it. I've never been the person to wallow in self-pity. I've never been that type. And you know what? It makes sense because I'm a Cancer sun. And the Cancer is represented by the Chariot. So it's funny how they say that Cancers are very clingy and they don't know how to move on from relationships. Well, they gave us the Chariot card. And I'm truly that Cancer. And then I got a Leo rising and a Virgo moon. And so I'm truly that Cancer that moves forward and keeps it pushing. You know, and so there's a lot of people that will definitely capitalize off of that. And it's definitely not time to move on or move past that. you know, as women and as African American or whatever race of woman that you are, okay, because it's an ongoing attack. It is. So that's the reason why, you know, I even still talk about it during my readings, but I'm just gonna definitely speak about it during my readings because I know that there's still gonna be people out there that's going through that. And I did the reading for 2029 and I saw that it is still going to be this way 10 years from now. People are not gonna change. They are gonna consistently remind us of this stuff. You know, it really is. And unless we all get together as a society, as a human race, and change it, it's going to always be there. But there's going to always be people that need that help and need that guidance out of that because it is the darkness. It is. It is very, very dark. It is very, very dark. It is very, very sinister. So if you guys want to speak with somebody that's authentic, because if I were not authentic, would I still be here? Would I have been able to overcome regardless of what they have done, regardless? Okay. No, I wouldn't have. I would have gave up a long time ago, like a lot of people do. There's a lot of you that will start businesses and you guys will try because you just want better for your family. And I'm talking about legitimate businesses. And it will fail because a lot of the people that you're celebrating with, you may even be spending money with them. You know, you may have, you know, really, because to be honest with you, I make my money in increments, like a salary. Okay. They'll be praying for your failure. And the reason why is because they failed, or either they feel some type of way. Oh my God, Eunice, I've actually had that happen to me. Eunice says someone butt dialed me Saturday. Oh yeah, I overheard my name being dragged for no reason. I'm a real friend to her. No time for games. She tried to say, "Oh, it's my voicemail." Hey, you see how spirit will reveal stuff to you. That was a blessing. I've actually had that happen to me, but it actually happened differently. I was at home with my kids, and this was years and years ago. And all of a sudden, I could just feel this awful energy. I could just feel this horrific energy coming from my family members. And I called over to my grandmother's house and I could hear everybody talking about me. Just, I mean, literally making up stuff, cursing me. They were cursing me. So sometimes your family will do you worse than anybody. And I never did understand that. I never did understand why people feel the need to sit around, especially your family members. So, guys, it doesn't surprise me, and please don't let it surprise you when you go to work and people are against you. Don't let it surprise you. Don't let it shock you. Don't let it hurt you. Because I've had my own family doing that. And at that time, I cried. Of course, I was in my 20s. And, you know, one of my daughters came to me and said, "Mama, what's wrong? I hear them too." And then I tried to call over there, and you could just hear them dragging me through the mud. It's horrible. But I've gotten a lot older and a lot wiser. So I'm not near about it. You know, it hurts. I'm not even going to lie to you. It hurts when the people that you love and the people that you're supposed to trust the most violate you. It hurts. It does. But that energy can be transmutable. It can be. You can always transmute that energy. That energy will always be transmutable. And especially with a man, men can be very intimidating, right? Men are no match for a witch with willpower and strength. They are no match for that. And my people over here, both masculine and feminine, that's what they fight. That's why most of the people that I deal with, which are most people, you know, they have a same similar situation of people trying to sabotage you. And yes, there will be men that will try to force themselves into your life. If you reject them, they'll force their way into your life with an intent to sabotage you. Are you going to let it? Are you going to let those men sabotage you? No, you don't. Because right now there is actually a gender war going on. It is. And it's sickening. And it may not, I don't even think this is anything government. I think that this is purely domestic. You know what I'm saying? I believe that this is purely just the state of mind of a lot of men that want to sabotage you. And the reason why they want to sabotage you is because of fear. They're afraid that they're going to look some type of way if you're successful. Now, I don't understand why, because, you know, I've got a better business sense than that, and I just don't do things like that. I don't understand why they think that, but this is the state of mind of a lot of men, unfortunately. Yeah. And Eunice, if they were to lock up every man that stalked a woman, all men would probably be in jail. There would be no men left. So that's why they let them get away with it, because they don't have room in the prisons for stalking, even though stalking is actually a federal offense. Not a federal offense, it's a felony over here in Georgia. It's a felony. That doesn't deter them from stalking. They'll still do it because they think that they have a right to do it. But the universe and the spirits, they don't think that way. They know that they have sent a lot of you here with a specific intent or either mission on this earth, and they don't care about what those confused people think. Those confused people are going to fade into the darkness, especially for me. Because if a relationship with a man has ran its course, it's just ran its course. And the only thing that you can do if a person that's stalking you is bothering you, there's a couple of different things you can do. There's a beef tongue. If you got people lying on you, you can do a beef tongue. It may not stop them from lying, but it will stop their false words to not have an impact. So, for example, if I do a court case for you and I do a beef tongue, that's not going to necessarily stop what's happening, but it's going to stop the outcome or whatever their intent is. And that's the truth. So magic is the truth. Magic is not a lie. Magic is not going around lying on somebody. It's not. It's the truth. Because if everybody, and I'm going to tell you something, most businesses fail within the first 2 years. When you get past that 2-year mark, you done already made it. Yeah, and I'm moving as well. I'm going to be moving very soon as well. And that's the whole point, because they want you in a specific location so that you can be like a sitting duck for them. So, and sometimes when you have children, it can make things take a little while longer. Or if you're dealing with stuff, it can make things take a little bit longer. But once you get out of that situation, you good. So, and that's going to be coming up for me real soon. And it scares them because, see, the reason why they need to have control is because everything that they had has been taken away from them. So because they allowed someone to control them, they're like, well, I'm never going to give up on trying to control you because I allowed someone else to control me. So I'm just going to keep at it and keep at it and keep at it. And you would think, and you know what, it's something that I've always told my children. You know, when kids, instead of sweeping up their mess, they'll sweep it underneath the bed. And I've always explained to my children, don't do that. Do it right the first time, because it takes more energy trying to undo what you hid and what you try to deceive people with than to just do it right the first time. If you would have did it right the first time, why use all your energy to sweep something under the rug when you could have just cleaned it up correctly in the first place? So I used to always explain this to my kids because, you know, they'd be like, I'm going to sweep this underneath the bed or just throw this behind a couch or something. You know how kids are. And you just tell them, you know, now you got to reach all behind the couch. You got to move the couch when you could have just walked to the trash can. You could have just walked over to the trash can. It would have took less energy. Now you got to use more energy to try to clean up your deception. So being deceitful is never the way to go. That is why I am always so transparent, because I know how to clean up my own messes. There's a lot of people that instead of cleaning up their own messes, they'd rather take another person and say, look at this, and then make up some stuff and lie and be deceptive. But their trash is still behind that couch. The trash is still underneath the beds. And eventually you're going to have to clean that up. I guess that's what makes me the divine mommy. You know what I'm saying? So, guys, I have been through the most, but the one thing that I can tell you is that when you build something, can't nobody tear it down, no matter what they're doing. Even a man, he thinks that because of his phallus, that he can destroy what you built, but he can't, because he ain't even had the power to build nothing. What did he build? Was he able to build at least half of what you were able to build? No. So all of that women are weaker, that's crap. That's not the truth. And women are not even weaker physically. They always say that women are weaker physically. Don't ever tell yourself that, because there may be a time where you may have to fight a man. There's been times where women have had to fight men and they survived it. So that whole thing about men are stronger physically is totally not true. This is why women compete in bodybuilding competitions and stuff, you know, and they hate that, oh, a woman shouldn't be doing that. You should just be a woman. You should be whoever you want to be. Be whoever you want to be. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a truck driver, a baseball player, a basketball player, you do whatever you want to do, because they are the fools. They are the idiots that would sit there and actually be so freaking intimidated by you that they will try to stop you just because you want to play a sport and maybe get some exercise. So, you know, it's just the reality of it. So, guys, the link to my website is below. I am working on my schedule for today. If you guys want to reach me for authentic readings and spells and rituals, you can contact me. Because if I done got through the fire, you can get through the fire. You see what I'm saying? Because they just knew I was weak. They just knew that what they were going to do was going to make me turn my back on myself. And don't you ever turn your back on yourself. Yeah, the ancestors will intervene. But what the ancestors are going to do is they are going to say, you have to be strong enough. You have to be strong enough. You know what I'm saying? And that's all that matters. As long as you are strong enough, you'll overcome anything, any dagger that they throw at you. And please stop getting emotional over these relationships. Stop doing that. And stop thinking that everybody is like that, because it's only the ones that are like that that are running up your door, banging on your door, because those are the ones that are the most lost. As an empath, I attract a lot of broken people to me. I do. And I'm not talking about my clients, even though there are times that my clients are broken, but they're not broken. Some people are actually broken. So those broken people, they're going to be attracted to you. And they're not willing to accept your guidance. You see what I'm saying? Because they're not going where you're going. You can't save everybody, empaths. You can't save everybody, because everybody don't want to be saved. You focus on the folks that do want it, that do want to be saved, that do want your assistance and your guidance. You don't, and see, that's the whole point. I don't ever force nobody to come to me to get nothing. They come to me because they know that I'm going to be able to help, because they have seen me consistently overcome the most evil. And that evil is always going to be there. You can't never get away from that evil. And you can't never change them. That evil that wants to stop you is always going to be there. Are you going to allow it to be an influence on your life is the question. So I do also provide spiritual counseling, as well as advice on not just starting your business, but maintaining your business. You know, and doing witchcraft is not cheating. It's not cheating. It's only fair. It's only fair. So, you know, because of the fact that, you know, I commune with my ancestors, I commune with the spirits. They are constantly opening doors for me constantly. And the same thing can happen for you. And it's nothing evil. It's nothing satanic. It's plain old energy and the elements, and knowing how to work that situation. And then it's also spirit. Spirit is your willpower. Okay. And you don't want your spirit to be weak, because that's what they're banking on. They're banking on you giving up and saying, you know what, this is too hard. I can't do this. But if I can survive all of that, and let me tell you something, they got really, really dirty, and they know they was dirty. They got really, really dark and dirty. There would be times I would be sitting here and I would be just doing readings, and everybody would be calm and quiet and collected. It would be nothing going on. And I would have a police officer at my door with a lady with a badge. And it was another false report. So if I can get through all of that, and I'm talking about every day, okay, I'm talking about my rights as a human being being violated at least twice a month. And it can be stressful, but after a while, you just do the spiritual work that's required and just tell the truth. There's something that's very powerful in truth. A lie is weak. Lies are weak. They are. And liars are weak. So don't ever do the same thing that your enemy is doing. Stand in your principle and stand your ground. You don't have to lie. All you got to do is tell the truth, and all their lies disappears just like that. And even if you did do something that was out of your character, they pushed you to that, and you're only human. So don't beat yourself up because you made a mistake. Pick yourself up and keep it moving, and keep your chin up, and keep your heart where it's supposed to be. Okay? So I'll be back a little bit later because I want to talk about Lorraine Warren. She actually died. If you guys don't know who Lorraine Warren is, Lorraine Warren is a spiritualist. She worked as a paranormal investigator. And of course, she had naysayers, but her story and even her marriage to her husband has been very inspiring for me. So, I don't even know the lady, but I am going to do a reading on her, and I am going to attempt to communicate with her spirit, and we'll see what messages that we get. And because she has been a huge inspiration for me. And I'd love to get married to a man that is into the same things that I am, which is the paranormal. I love, love, love what I do. And that's what I do. That's essentially what I do when I'm doing readings. We're doing paranormal investigations. Okay. Oh, wow, Eunice. I couldn't even imagine losing any of my children. I can imagine that, something like that. I can imagine that it would be difficult to overcome that. That would be horrible. Oh, girl. And after 5 months, did you move? I swear to y'all, I've been having somebody try to force their will on me for 4 years straight. Imagine 4 years of this person being the most despicable human being possible. Imagine that. 4 years. Oh my God. All I can tell you is that for 4 years, though, he's been mainly harming himself. Because in order for somebody to put you through that hell, they got to be going through hell themselves. So anyway, guys, I gotta go. Have a happy moon day. I will talk to you guys later, okay? If you guys need to reach me for readings, the link to my website is below. It is very simple. You just go to the website, place your order, and then I send you my booking link, okay? And also, if you need a consultation for spell work, if you're dealing with your enemies, first of all, your enemies are never going to stop talking about you. That's a blessing. They're not going to ever stop trying to discredit you. That means that you won. If they still trying you 4 years later, that means that they lost a long time ago. Okay. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.